don't really regard ourselves as being in the agency market. We regard ourselves as being creative entrepreneurs.
We started the agency because we felt it was time for a new type of global agency.
If you take all the overhead out, you become much faster on your feet. If you go to the world for solutions, you get 10 times the number of solutions to solve a problem.
The advertising industry is worth billions of dollars worldwide, and in some developed countries it can contribute up to 1.5% of gross national income. And at a time when change seems to be a global mantra, some ad agencies are exploring new ways of doing business that are quite different from those of a traditional agency. One of these pioneers is Erasmus, which partners with companies in creating, communicating and owning brands.
We might get an approach or a phone call, or we might have an idea for a particular branded good, set of goods or services, form a business plan, or get it to a certain stage, and then invite people to partner with us in the creation of that brand. So we operate a different model really. It's much more venture-based.
Rather than focus on an ad campaign that generates this year's fees, specialist agencies like Erasmus enter into partnership agreements with their clients that give them a long-term interest in a brand. And it's not just commercial relationships that are changing. Most advertising networks have offices in numerous cities, and this model hasn't changed for years. But out to prove you don't need a bricks and mortar presence all over the world to run international campaigns is London Advertising. They have just this one office here in London.
Because of the benefits of the internet, we believe that it's possible to do most of that work from London without that type of overhead, which is incredibly expensive and adds a lot of time and effort to the whole process.
For international campaigns, London Advertising has access to strategic planners in over 100 markets, along with a network of 400 copywriters. But it's online where this agency has really changed the rules. In a normal ad campaign, any changes must be communicated to all the relevant parties, a process that involves phone calls, emails and much chasing. London Advertising's online system means calls and emails are replaced with automated processes, email alerts and an approval system for the client that doesn't require documents to be faxed or scanned. And despite launching just 2 weeks after the collapse of Lehman Brothers, so far the economy hasn't hurt business.
Our expectations were far surpassed because within 3 months we were able to secure clients on every continent. We were appointed by Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group, who we work with in 25 markets, and this was the first time that they've appointed an agency that doesn't have a network to handle their global advertising.
At the law firm group, this model is taken even further. Using teams in 21 countries, the group is able to operate in 91 marketplaces with no actual headquarters.
The conventional model for an advertising agency network is you'd have all of your skill sets housed in one building in one capital city, and you'd replicate, or clone if you like, exactly the same set of skill sets in another capital city. What we do is atomize that concept, and we utilize the skill sets of specialists all around the world to help in other markets as well as their own.
In a recent case, the Moscow team put a brief up on the group's network for a campaign about road safety. Ultimately, the team in Holland supplied the Russians with the winning idea.
What we do is we give all of our work, all of our thinking, strategy, creativity, we give it to each other free, on the understanding that at the point the client buys the work, the team or the office that produced it gets paid.
As for the future of the advertising industry, Andy Law has no doubts.
I think it'll be a smaller cottage-based industry with people flowing freely from one company to another. I do not see huge, monolithic, global, concrete organisations with huge footprints all around the world.
Advertising Goliaths, beware.